to conversation spread. I am often, I shouldn't say impressed, I'm often inspired when I meet people who just see a need for something, something that's going to benefit others. And they don't just look at it and say, we need this or we should do this, but they actually go ahead and do it. And the person I'm speaking with today, she actually did initiate something or actually bring it back to her company, to a pretty big company, international company, Perry Ellis, located in Doral, and decided to bring meditation back to the office. Jordana Zarut let me give you her title. It's a very impressive title: import trade manager at Perry Ellis International. And I'm really happy to speak with her today about what she accomplished and the fact that it's growing and people are really getting into it, right? Jordana, it's good to see you. Great to see you.
Thank you. Likewise, it's a pleasure.
So you came back to work, COVID, everything stopped. There was meditation going on, and I actually did get to be at quite a few classes years ago. And then COVID happened, everything stopped. There was no meditation. There was probably nothing, activities like that, anything. And then when people started coming back, did you feel like something was missing, or what did you think then?
Yes, actually, I had been meditating on my own for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually, it's a short story, but I received a gift from a vendor, and somehow it belonged to Bradley, which he's also part of the center. And I sent it up to him, and my boss came down. She said, "Hey, he actually sent it back to you. You want to keep it?" But a blessing card came with it. So I read the beautiful blessing card, and it, it was meant for me, I guess. And I reached out to him and I asked him where it was from. And it was from the center. I
Ah,
then saw you guys had the New Year, New Me. So it's already been a year. And I went to the class, and I thought it would be a great idea to have it on hand for some people like me, where we don't have actual time to go somewhere and meditate. But having it at the workplace is completely accessible and
I
beneficial.
love that. I love that because people have for many years said to me, "Oh, I'd love to go to a class, but I just, I'll tell them about classes at the Brahma Kumaris Center and or classes they have in Hollywood and around South Florida, and they'll say, "Oh, I'd love to go, but I just don't have the time." I don't have the time. That's what people say over and over again. So I think it's commendable that a company like Perry Ellis would have said, okay, over the years, and now even more so, go ahead and do it so people can do it. And when do they do it? They do it lunchtime? Is that how it works?
Yes, I'm extremely grateful. The human resource department was all in, and we were able to do the classes every Wednesday at lunchtime.
Fantastic. So I want to
Yeah.
hear about, what has it been like for the people who are coming? Like what, first of all, why did they come? Stress? Is that it? Usually it's stress. And is it stress on the job
Yeah,
or?
so we got some feedback, and definitely stress is the the most common. A lot of the attendees were saying it's a treat for themselves. Maybe it's a treat on for their soul. They actually wait. They're happy for Wednesday to come so that they can have that time for themselves. Everybody's so busy. Everything is so fast. Even here at the office, you don't get up from your desk at your break, and they look forward to Wednesday to actually disconnect.
It's just that time. I mean, for those on most people, I would say that, do see these programs that we do, the Brahma Kumaris do, they are aware of meditation. But I'm sure that there are a lot of people in your business that, they know about meditation, they've read about it, they've seen it, but they don't actually do it, right? I mean, the people that
Right.
come, they're not all regular meditators.
Right. Right. But they
They're,
enjoy their 1 hour here, peace, pretty much.
yeah, that's a beautiful thing, Jordana, because there's a real shift in people, isn't there, when they start meditating? I mean, do you see like it's almost an instant change when people can just stop. for a half hour, because especially in an international company like Perry Ellis, I mean, things are nonstop. Things are moving around the world, right? And you're manufacturing and getting, or one part of the world and has to get to another part of the world. And I would think it's a very stressful kind of work for a lot of people. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying, well, it's
I
not a
agree.
good thing. Yeah.
And even that 1 hour of meditation will, at least for myself and some that attend have said, that gives you like more patience. You get that email and you want to respond really fast, but actually it allows you to have that, wait, let me stop and respond, in a different way. More kindness. And
Kindness.
even,
Oh, I love it.
yeah, and even you see stressful conflicts in the department, and you can push back. At least for myself, I push back and I see what's going on. I'm like, all right, let's find a solution. Like there's no, we're not going to argue. We're going to find a solution. We're going to see how we're going to get this done. It kind of allows you to lead with like love, be more patient, just be that observer so then you can respond, the right
Mm.
way.
So that's so interesting, that you're saying that, because I think a lot of people, if they don't meditate, they think, oh, meditation is just, okay, sitting there and stopping for a while. But there are these lessons that come as a result of meditation. And I know your teacher, Nita Saxena, from the Brahma Kumari's Meditation Center. And I'm sure that you are, through her classes, that are sessions that she has that are going on now at Perry Ellis, people really start to shift, don't they? And they learn things in meditation. They're not just sitting there silent, right?
Of course not. We're learning many things. We're learning about our thoughts. How many thoughts, good thoughts, bad thoughts, how to get rid of all those wasteful thoughts, those negative thoughts, how to deal with challenges, whether it's here in the workplace or at home. And that's so important to me. It has helped me tremendously.
What would you say is the biggie, the big thing that has changed you as a result of coming to these regular classes?
Just,
I mean,
I just get
regular.
filled with, I'm a lot more peaceful. I'm just filled with peace, with joy. And then I become more patient so that I can deal with certain situations completely different.
Yeah. And I know you have a busy life too. When you get home, you have children, and you work pretty hard, and you work hard, and then you get home and you got stuff to do too. And I'm sure you're not the only one at the company, like other businesses, that has to juggle both, right?
Right.
So
Yeah, I have 3 children. I come to work and then we start our second job when we get home. We have to attend our children, cook, homework, everything.
it doesn't stop. It just doesn't
Yeah, it
stop.
doesn't stop. It doesn't. So for me, I also look forward to Wednesdays, not only to meditate, but to learn the just the courses, what she's teaching us. It's amazing. We're feeding our soul pretty much.
What about the fact that you're all meditating together? What is that experience like for all of you? Because you start to get to know each other in a different way, don't you? When you go to meditation, it's different. It's different than a meeting. It's different than going out to lunch, or going to an activity with people. It's a different experience to meditate with the group. And I was just wondering, what's that like for you and for the group?
For me, it's lovely. We have people from different departments, we have never even met. We've been in this company together forever. We've never met. So everybody has a different lifestyle. We're from different departments, and we sit here and the energy is beautiful. It's beautiful. Everybody's here for the same reason. So it's very peaceful. It's very beautiful. And then we conversate. We bring up different scenarios and how we're handling them different, or how they could have been handled, and now we did something else from what we have learned to make it better, to more peaceful. So I think it's great. I love it. I honestly love it.
I'm feeling good just hearing about what you're saying, because it creates a shift in a company. Would you say to that you don't, it would be nice to have the entire company doing this together, but that's not the case. Usually there's a certain amount of people that decide they want to come or that they can come, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that small group of people, I don't mean small, but smaller than the whole company, does affect the rest of the company with their change. It's a change in attitude, isn't it?
Of course, yes. And they notice, even in my department, my coworkers tell me they noticed.
Really? They notice that you've changed?
Yeah, they do. They notice.
Yeah. What do they say?
Like they want like a calm response. They'll come to me like, "Oh, ask Jordana." She'll tell you.
Ah,
It's like I have a different approach, I guess. So sometimes it's appreciated.
would you say too that work becomes more fulfilling because you're not there? I mean, you are there to do the work, of course, that's what you're paid for, but it becomes maybe a deeper reason that you're there, maybe something
Yeah,
more inspiring that you're there, or as inspiring
it
as,
does. It
yeah.
does. It does, and it also allows me to be more productive. Um, I
You mean,
I don't feel like I'm comfortable with coming to work. I'm happy with it. It's not. It doesn't. It's not as stressful, so it becomes more pleasant.
hmm. So people are noticing. They notice that you're different, and they notice. I've shared this story, I think before on the show that I was walking down the hallway one day, and uh, somebody that worked there just said, "You're usually smiling and you look happy, and you're not today." They noticed that I wasn't happy. I wasn't peaceful, and it shocked me because you don't think people notice your expression on your face, but they're watching. People know that people that are meditating should be relaxed and calm, and then when you're not, they call you on it,
They
right?
do. They do. Sometimes they notice and they tell me, "Okay, you meditate today? You're gonna meditate today?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Okay."
They're happy for you, right? Because
Yeah, they
it
do.
does affect them, doesn't it? It's not just for you meditating and for your life. You say it affects
Of course.
everybody in the room, basically, in the building.
I think so. It radiates to them. It's definitely.
What, Jordana, what if you could give a message to everybody that you work with, or even just people that you know in your life, about what you've been through and you're going through with these meditation sessions? What would you say to them? What would be that message? Why they should even do some kind of meditation, or at their work or wherever, What do you say to them?
For me, it has been extremely healing in many ways, in many different ways. It just, if you want to be filled with peace and joy and just change your lifestyle like for the better, then I would definitely advise you to just give it a try.
Good message. Good message. It's also something that you don't, it's a process, isn't it? It's not like you just come and, I remember when I first started, I thought, oh, I learned how to meditate. Now I can do it. I don't need to go to a place. I don't need to get together with people. I can just do it at home. And you should do it at home, but it's different in the company of others, isn't it?
It is, it is different. It's like more powerful, I would say, maybe
Mm-hmm.
when you're with
Mm-hmm.
others. Even though by
Yeah.
yourself, it's good as well. But it is, I do find it, even when I'm just with one of my friends and we're just meditating together, it's stronger, it's more powerful.
So if
I do feel that.
good, that's good. Would you say is I say the potential, of something like this happening at such a big company, and it is happening at other companies in the country, but I don't think nearly as much as it needs to happen. What do you say to other companies or people that work in other places? Like, do you give them advice to try to start something like this? It's not always so easy to do it
I
because
do.
bosses don't
I
always,
bring them.
it's right. I mean,
Yeah, that's the the hard part for their actual HR, for their bosses to be okay with it. But at the end of the day, it's benefiting the employees. So if you have an environment where there's less stress, the employees are a lot, they become more happier in general. You want to have happy employees, they're more productive, then why not? Why not
And
allow
well,
them?
because
Even if it's
not
15
everybody
minutes.
understands this, I think. I think until you experience this, if you think if until you experience it, you don't understand it, right? It's just
Right.
something you can't just read about meditation or meditation and
No.
peace, becoming peaceful and say, okay, it is a process, and it's a process of it's a learning, process. It doesn't happen in one day.
Right. I've had employees that came just twice to the meditation center, I mean, to the sessions at the job, and they would tell me, "Oh my God, today I felt like I was floating." With so much
Wow.
relief. They were, yeah. And so it's really beautiful to hear that from them. So it really does make a difference. This is someone who has never meditated. They just came just to try it that one day. So
And it's an experience. It isn't something you can tell someone, just do this and this will happen. They have to
yeah,
experience themselves. But there again, and when we're talking about this, there is power to a gathering. It's just not the
yeah.
same in your house. I mean, that's important, but to do it regularly. And so it isn't even just once a week, is it? Do you have any kind of a regular practice now that you're doing this, or
I
do you
do. I
do
really
it
try to
maybe a little
meditate
more
at
often,
least.
or no? It's
Yeah,
okay.
I try to meditate in the mornings, at least for 10 minutes on my
Hmm.
own,
Hmm.
um, and in the night before going to sleep as well. Yeah.
Beautiful. And I know that the Brahma Kumaris, they have a lot of meditations that you can get online, free. Everything they do
Yeah.
is free, charge for anything. And so you just put on some commentaries or some
Hmm.
music, and you can get into that. You can, get the vibe, the peace vibe, right? Let
Yeah,
me
that's
ask
what
you,
I do. There's one
beautiful,
that's
you
my
do.
favorite. It's to recharge, and it's about 15 minutes, and I love doing that one in the morning. In the
Wow, good for
Yeah.
you. So what do you envision for yourself? Like you said, you want more peace and more to enjoy work more. I mean, you enjoy work, but, to enjoy the whole, the stress part too, because to be able to get through things like that. What's your vision for yourself in the future, the more that you do this? Because you're pretty regular. Yeah.
Yeah, so I am actually creating a meditation room in my
Ooh,
house
love-
right now. So that should be beautiful. I hope that I can meditate a lot more there and actually bring friends or family that want to join me. Um, but I definitely want to be able to meditate longer.
Mhm.
Um, I love the connection that I get when I meditate and the feeling. Um, I did
It's a
start
feeling.
meditating. Yes, I never meditated. I started meditating 2 years ago when my husband transitioned, and the feeling of the healing that I felt, where the pain would like just be set aside and I would be filled with joy, is how I noticed the impact that meditation had, at least for in me. And then since then, I just continued. I know it's something that I have to do for myself that really has helped me.
Wow, get through something. As I understand it, you lost your husband at a very young age. He was very young, wasn't he? And you had children, and
Yes, I
so
had two small children.
mm,
So it was a really big impact on my life. But it has definitely brought me where I am now.
mm,
Um, and definitely meditation, like I said, it's been extremely healing because I feel filled with just peace, love, joy every time. So it really makes a difference.
and I'm feeling your peace. Really, I can feel when you speak about what you've been through. It's not words, just words. It's coming from experience, and that's really what meditation offers. It's not about someone else's experience. They tell you they felt that. Maybe you didn't feel that. It
Mm-hmm.
requires going deep within,
Right.
into the soul, and and beginning to know yourself, right? As a
Right.
spiritual being.
I started questioning, who am I? Who am
Hmm.
I? And I really wanted to know, who am I? That's in the beginning. By
Yeah,
myself, I would sit there in meditation and like
yeah.
that until I was directed to the center. I love the center. I love the energy in the center. I love the people in the center.
It,
And I
it,
love
it's
that they're here at my workplace every Wednesday.
wow. Just to be
Yeah,
able to have that is really,
it's a blessing.
it's a blessing, but you help create that blessing, it didn't just happen. You, as I said at the beginning, you saw the need, and you recognized. And sometimes that's very hard for people. They see something and they know it should happen, but they just can't do it, right? They can't get it together, or they don't feel it's going to be successful. And did it just start with maybe one or two people, or did the first session you had, was it one or two? Because you hadn't had anything for a few years since COVID started, right? Or before, I think, even. Yeah. But no,
I
since
think
it
so.
started. Yeah.
And it was funny because when I went to the center for the new me, new year, new
Uh-huh.
me,
Yeah, yeah.
all I did was mention the workplace and it just flowed. And everybody
Oh,
said yes, yes, yes. And in no time they were here. But our first session had around eight. It was like eight of us. The room was
mhm.
full. The
Wow.
room where we meditate was full. We did the course, the
Mhm.
3 day course, and we continued from there. And it's now over a year.
Wow. So how many people would you say, they're not necessarily coming regularly, but who have come through that door and sat down in meditation at Perry Ellis? I
Over
mean, at least have
15,
come once.
over
What?
right,
You
over
had,
15
yeah.
have came through the door, but they actually hosted a very big the course for the entire company, and that room was filled. It was over 30 or 40
Oh,
that went and did the 3 day course
mm,
as well.
that that's really powerful just to hear that. It just starts with one person, and then another person and another person, and change happens. So if you could say that has been any shift in your office, and maybe it didn't hasn't happened throughout the whole office, but something has changed with the culture, what would that be?
I think they're more open-minded.
Hmm, beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe their awareness has expanded. So they're actually allowing us to do these things, the same as they're allowing yoga and other things that are beneficial for us.
They have that too now, too? It's
Yes, they
yoga?
do. They do.
Great.
Yeah, they're
That's
doing a chair yoga also for the employees.
So you don't have to go anywhere. You just stay in your office, and can enjoy all of these activities and really learn and grow from them. This has been a pleasure. Well, let me ask you one more question. I'm not sure if we touch on this. Have your children changed, or in what way have they changed as a result of you changing?
They do. They see me meditating and they'll sit next to me at times and they'll actually meditate with me.
Yeah, like this, right? Kids always do this, right? When they see you.
At the beginning, they would do that, but then they'll
Now they
sit
just,
there and
yeah.
I'll listen to the commentary, or I have some singing bowls too, and they'll play the singing bowl while I'm meditating. So it's very beautiful.
Uh, the beauty is that it starts in one place, like it started at your business, but it
Hmm.
to affect other people in other places. And that's the whole idea behind, to me, behind self realization, meditation, understanding the self is that one person starts, and then another and another and another, and things start to change. So you are a change maker, because you did, initiate this new series, that's a new program, or brought it back to Perry Ellis, where lots of
Yes,
people.
and I have employees saying that they want the 3 day course again. So hopefully we gather a very large group and we're able to do this again.
Wow. Well, next they're going to want to go away for a retreat for a weekend or something, or go to upstate New York, where the Brahma Kumaris happen to have a gorgeous retreat center called Peace Village. So if you want to just, this has been wonderful. I'm thrilled to get to interview you, Jordana.
Thank
If there's anything else that you want to say, you feel, oh, I didn't say that, anything, any message that you want to give or
I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for the center. I'm grateful for all the love, and for all the teachings. Pretty much that's it.
yeah, and I did just want to add, people say, well, what religion is this? And this is not a religion like a traditional religion. This is a way of life. This is
Right.
a way of thinking, and people from all religions come and they meditate, or from different
Mhm.
backgrounds, and we're all connected spiritually, and you're
Yep.
helping to make that happen, with initiating and making sure these classes happen every week at Perry Ellis. So thank you so much for joining us. It's
Thank
just
you.
great to get to talk with you. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling more relaxed as a result. Yeah. So good luck with
Thank
everything.
you so much.
It's not
Thank you.
even it's when you start to do things like this, it just happens naturally. You don't have to have luck. Well, it is good luck, but things happen. Fortune happens, spiritual fortune.
Yep.
Pleasure to get to see you. Yeah. And
Likewise.
I thank everybody for watching. And I want to thank our technical director, Mita Saxena, who I have to say is also the teacher. Mita is a really integral part. She's technical director of this program of Conversations with Friends. And she's everywhere. She can be at the center doing something with her husband, Tej, or on her own, or be at Perry Ellis giving a class. So she's something very special as well. Thank you
She
for
is, and
joining
we
us.
love her.
Great. And see you soon. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Bye bye.